Yes, welcome to another video. I'm Lewis, above me is John. Today we're going to talk about the Premier League Player of the Year and the Premier League Manager of the Year, Pep Guardiola and Ruben DIAS, and how much did these two affect our season? Quite a bit. We'll go into our opinions in it in just a sec. Before we get into it, guys, we're going to set a like target. We're going to go for 1,000 again. Last video, there's about 6,000 views, but only 600 people hit the like button, innit? And that's
a good one, isn't it?
That's way below the target, innit? So help us out, guys. Let's see if we can get closer to that 1,000. So make sure you smash the thumbs up on the video. Subscribe as well if you're new. Make sure you double checking it. Make sure you are subscribed. Hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss any of our videos. Right, okay. So, who do you want to start with, bro? Do you want to talk about Pep or do you want to talk about Rubens?
Going on to announcements. We'll go Rubens first.
Rubens.
Obviously, he's been clearly the best defender in the Premier League this season.
Yeah.
There has been some other good defenders. I think Rudiger's had a good year and stuff. However, I think Ruben's just a clear standout, and I think it would have been a shock had he not have won the Premier League Player this season. I think the only close other option would have been Bruno Fernandes. But I think Ruben definitely deserves it. Obviously, I'm not even mentioning Harry Kane. He was sick as well, but he's been so good. He's been so vital. He's transformed our team this year. And people might be like, yeah, but you're still winning stuff and you're still winning stuff this year. But to see where we was before Ruben to now is unreal. I've never been as sure about a defence.
I agree.
In the City side, like ever, I don't think. It's always been kind of a myth. It's always switching up, but bringing Ruben in, he brought the calmness, he brought leadership to the back line again, and he is the Vincent Kompany replacement.
Yeah, I agree. With the Vincent Kompany replacement, I guarantee that we could have signed a number of full centre-backs in the summer who would have come in and smashed it and been mint players, but would we have got one who would have been a leader? I don't know, man. I really don't know, because Vincent Kompany was a leader. He was a leader in the dressing room. He was a leader, you know, off the pitch in training. He was a leader on the pitch as well. And we lacked that massively last year. Like, obviously, who did we have? We had Otamendi, we had Laporte, we had John Stones when he was fit, Garcia, Fernandinho. None of them are really leaders, to be honest with you, yeah? But Diaz has come in, and I think he terrifies the back line, you know what I mean? He's telling everyone what to do. And for me, the fact that he's only, 23, 24 now, maybe...
Yeah.
Is properly scary. I genuinely believe that he's going to end up being a captain of this football club one day, and probably the captain for Portugal as well. Like, he's a great defender. He can do that. You know what I like about him as well, and buzzing for the board that they've spent the money on him, is he can do actual defending. Like John Stones, Laporte, like mint on the ball, great vision. They are good at defending as well, but we wanted like a proper solid guy in there. Someone where our backs are against the wall, yeah, and we're getting peppered from crosses, from you know, we're just having to defend and we're struggling. We want someone in there who knows exactly what they're doing, who's decent on the ball still, because you still have to be good on the ball to play under Pep Guardiola, but first and foremost is a great defender. And Ruben Dias, oh my God, the amount of blocks that this guy does, like literally throwing himself at the ball. He absolutely loves defending, and I think that, for me, is the best thing that we've got out of Ruben Dias this year.
Yeah, definitely. Puts his life on the line when it comes to it, do you know what I mean? You can see how much, like, when they celebrate blocks and stuff, they're almost as good as celebrating goals.
Yeah, they are, them too, yeah.
They've absolutely smashed it this year. Like, their partnership of John Stones and Ruben Dias is good. I know that even when Ruben and Laporte played, it's still smashing it, and you know what I mean? I'm buzzing for him that he's got this award, because it's something to show for at the end of the season. I know we have won other things as well, which we'll be buzzing about, but I think just like a personal award, like his personal accolades, I think, and he deserves it, 100% deserves it more than anyone.
I think for me now, his main challenge is going again next year, because obviously when you're the champions, it's always harder than next year, because every single team like is wanting to beat the champions, and I think that it's going to become more tricky for him next year. People are going to have higher expectations from him. You know, the minimum, exactly, the minimum is people are going to be expecting him to repeat what he's done this year. Probably most people will be wanting him to kick on and get even better. Now, obviously, that's a challenge for him, because he put in such a high-level performance. You know, and I feel like this has kind of happened with Laporte. Laporte smashed it for so long. Any slight drop-off, even if it's just in a game or two games, people are on you straight away and be like, he's not performing well. Well, he's probably still performing to a very high level. It's just because you've seen him smash it for so long. Like, people see it. So, his main challenge next year, and the challenge for the club, is to go again. And obviously, they're going to be led by Pep Guardiola. And at one point, in like November, December time, we were way off the mark. You know what I mean? The defence was still not too bad. We weren't really conceding that many goals, but We couldn't score a goal at all. Even when we were winning, we didn't look great. You know, it looked real forced. We were crossing it into nobody. Nobody's getting on the end of it. It was really, really poor. We were minus goal difference. We were probably sitting about 10th in the league. I just seen, actually, before we started doing the video, the supercomputer, which predicts where people are going to come, in December, predicted City were going to come 8th. That's how bad we were performing. Like, all predictions were just like out the window. No one knew what was going to happen. But then one thing about Pep, right, is he makes big decisions. Sometimes they go wrong, right? We've seen it go wrong a lot in the Champions League, yeah? But sometimes they go right. And one of the big decisions he made after the West Brom game was to stop playing the names, you know what I mean? Play the players who are in form, even if they cost 10 million and you've got a guy on the bench costs 100 million or 60 million or whatever it is. He made a big call after West Brom to say, right, no more, I'm going to change it up. And that was a massive decision. No one really talks about it too much because it just went right. People only talk about the negatives, but he made that big decision. And for me, that is why he's the best manager in the world, because he makes big calls. All right, they're not always going to go right, bro. Like, sometimes they are going to go wrong. And when they go wrong, people will, like, nobody talks about, like, the players performing against Chelsea, innit? People always talk about, it was Pep's fault, it was Pep's fault, it was Pep's fault. Like, and that's how it is. But at the end of the day, when he makes big calls and they go right, people don't really talk about it and people don't give him the credit he deserves. And I'm glad he's won this award because he does deserve huge credit because he made a big call when things were going horribly wrong and we ended up winning the league.
Yeah, I think that West Brom moment was a massive changing point. I think that's why Pep obviously deserves the Premier League Manager of the Year. It's insane that we both won these two awards. Last year... Was last year Gun? Oh no, I'm thinking of when they both won. When he got the Manager of the Month and Gundo got. I remember seeing the picture of Gundo and Pep. But yeah, I'm so buzzing for him. I'm so buzzing that Pep's got the award as well. There was a thing a while ago where every time we won the league, our manager wouldn't get the award, didn't it? But now obviously that's done. But he's 100%. He's changed his tactics. He's changed the way he played. All for the greater of the club. If you were to look back in December and like Lou was saying, pre-West Brom, if you look back at that point, there is no way that I would have been saying to you that end of the season we'd even that Pep would get Manager of the Season, because I'd be like, he's having a disaster here. But also at the same time, there's no chance I would have said we would have won anything at that point because we was terrible.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? It's just showing how much a season can change, and it's showing how a manager can change in a year. Do you know what I mean? And he's absolutely smashed it. I feel like he's gone a level above what you expect from Pep Guardiola, and that's scary for other teams.
And the challenge for him next year is he's going to have to change it all again because we're going to buy a striker. You know what I mean? We're going to buy a striker, so we've played all season without a striker. He's now going to sign a striker, and he's going to have to now reinvent the formation, reinvent the tactics, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the first month or so is a bit slow in the new season. Maybe while the team's getting used to actually having a striker on the pitch again, Pep's trying to understand how to reinvent the formation. I feel like it potentially might go a similar way to how this season went, where we are slow at first, but then the players and Pep starts to realise the best formation, the best players in different positions, and then we really kick on maybe November, December time, and maybe we'll go on a mad run again, like, because he is going to have to change everything. Like, we're going to sign a striker, probably a physical striker if you look at the names that we're linked to, so he's going to have to reinvent the formation of the team.
It could go in a way where, yeah, obviously it could favour us really though, because other teams have been playing this year against us. Look how well we've done. They've been getting used to this weird false nine system that we've been playing. However, we're going to change it again next year. It keeps us fresh and it keeps us unpredictable when we're going against all these teams.
It will be interesting to see how we play next year, especially in them first couple of weeks, whether we kick on straight away and just start smashing teams or whether we struggle. We'll have to see how it pans out. But I thoroughly believe these two are the best, the best manager, and I think and Ruben DIAS is the best player this year. I personally believe there were some good players. Obviously, Harry Kane getting top goal scorer in a team that plays defensive is a mega achievement.
He also got top assists.
Top assists as well. Bruno Fernandes, as much as I don't like him, he has really smashed it. You know what I mean?
He smashed it this year. Absolutely smashed it.
So, but I do think Ruben DIAS is completely transformed that defence into a defence which didn't concede too many goals, but were always available to just concede 3 in a game against Norwich. You know what I mean? That could happen.
It was always shaky.
To a team that concedes maybe 1, against the best teams. You know what I mean? We went like PSG. Mbappe didn't even have a shot on target. When we went to Anfield, they scored only a penalty. When we played at Liverpool at home, I think they only scored a penalty. So
Dortmund kept Haaland quiet.
Exactly. We're limiting these teams. It's not just about how many goals you concede. It's about limiting them to chances, and that's what we're doing. Let us know your thoughts, guys, in the comment section below. Have a look now, right? See where we are on the like target, innit? Are we at 1,000? If not, help us out. Make sure you smash the thumbs up on the video. Subscribe as well if you're new. We'll see you in the next one. See you in a bit.